Right now at 6, authorities in Joplin seek the public's assistance in identifying a man who vandalized a store.
We've got ourselves a pretty nice start to our Monday. We are looking at much cooler temperatures today. We'll talk about when temperatures return to normal and about our rain chances coming up.
Plus, the Springfield, Missouri library system updates some rules regarding library cards to minors.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy.
I'm Chris Warner. Just after 6 a.m. on this Monday morning across the 4 states. We got another exciting week ahead of us. Every week in the 4 states is exciting.
Always, but this is especially nice because we actually have some weather that's not going to kill us. Am I right?
We certainly hope not. We've got much more seasonable temperatures out there. We've got thunderstorm chances, some much needed rain chances out there. So we got a lot going on. Now, as you can see on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, some of us getting into mostly cloudy skies out there as we go into southeast Kansas, southwest Missouri, because we have some showers and thunderstorms across parts of Oklahoma. And as you can see, some of these have been strong to severe through the morning. The worst of it stayed to our south. Unfortunately, that means only northeast Oklahoma and even earlier parts of southeast Kansas getting some light showers, and that's really about it as this activity continues to move out. But I know what you're saying. We need rain. Why is this rain doing this to us? Well, because it's setting the stage for more rain chances as we head through the next couple of days. So our Monday looks great. We know last week we spent a lot of time telling you, don't go outside, stay indoors, it's too dangerous. Well, if you didn't get any yard work done, if there's some things outdoors you need to take care of, today's the day to do it because it's going to be wonderful. Then we head into our Tuesday. We'll start to see some isolated thunderstorm chances. Now, these again be very isolated, widely scattered at best, as you can see, only a few of them out there. But some of the ones that we do see throughout the Tuesday, especially in the morning, could be strong, maybe low-grade severe with some gusty winds out there. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Then we go into our Wednesday. We see some thunderstorms developing across the area early in the morning. Some of those could be strong, low-grade severe. Now, if those thunderstorms kick out of here as quickly as we're expecting them to, then our atmosphere will recover just enough to give us a threat for some severe weather across the area. So we have that low-end risk again across the whole area tomorrow with those scattered storms, and we have an elevated risk on Wednesday that we are keeping an eye on. Right now, it looks like the biggest concern would be damaging wind gusts, and it looks like the worst of the weather will be here late Wednesday into early Thursday morning. So we'll keep a very close eye on that for you. As for our Tuesday, this is what I'm talking about. The chances tomorrow, they're very isolated to widely scattered. They're very low. But again, we could see a few storms, and a couple of those could be strong out there. We'll have more on your forecast and the return to seasonable temperatures here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
Thanks, Chris. And Branson police have started a death investigation. Detectives found 2 people dead inside an apartment. The property manager says she was called by a relative of one of the people who needed to have a welfare check. When she opened the door, she says she saw 2 people dead and called police. Authorities say that at this time there's no foul play suspected, but that could change after the autopsy, which is scheduled for Monday. This is still an open investigation. 2 people were injured after a crash near Seneca, Missouri this weekend. It happened just after 11 p.m. Saturday night at the intersection of State Highway U and State Line Road. Authorities say a car failed to yield to an SUV, T-boned it, and caused it to overturn. 2 people in the SUV were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No one in the car was hurt. Joplin police are searching for a man seen vandalizing a store. It happened around 2:30 yesterday morning. Surveillance photos show the man seen here throwing a brick through the window of Mint Cove Clothing on Main Street. The owner of Mint Cove says the Creative Learning Alliance was also vandalized. If you can identify this man, you are asked to contact the Joplin Police. And the Delaware County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in identifying a person seen stealing gas from the Cleora School District. These are surveillance images of the thief. Authorities say the person is thought to be a male, and they can be seen walking around school property stealing gas from district-owned vehicles. If you have any information about the theft, you are asked to contact the Delaware County Sheriff's Office. To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. And the Springfield library system is using new rules for issuing minors library cards to follow the Missouri's new rules from the Secretary of State's office. Until now, kids could sign up for temporary cards without a parent present, but all of those temp cards have been deactivated. Now parents must come in with their child and sign up for the card in person, or parents must sign a permission slip before a child can receive a card. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, Lori Horton joins us in studio to make s'mores cookies. Plus, as kids head back to school this year, a growing number will be returning to a 4-day school week. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Monday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. But first, here's a live look from Big Spring Park in Neosho, Missouri.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 6:07 now on this Monday morning. Some of us getting in on mostly cloudy skies this morning. Some of us getting in on some showers, even a couple of thunderstorms this morning, thanks to this really big complex here that was stretching back out into southwestern Kansas. Some of these storms have been strong to severe through the morning. Whoa, that's not moving where I want it to. There we go. But as you can see, they're continuing to push on off to the south and to the east, and the remaining showers will be out of here in the next hour or two across northeastern Oklahoma. So I know we need the rain, so don't worry, we're going to get more. We have more rain chances down the way. All right, let's take a look. Future track today. We got a great Monday ahead of us. We're looking at mostly clear skies, below normal temperatures as we go low, mid 80s out there. Could be a few upper 80s because we're looking at plentiful sunshine. So as we've mentioned, if you didn't get anything done over the last couple of weeks because it's been too darn hot and too dangerous, today's the day to do it. Now, as we go into the evening and overnight, we'll start to see increasing clouds, and by tomorrow morning, we start to see scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area, and we could see a couple of stray, strong, possibly low-grade severe storms with some gusty winds out there. Our best chances for any kind of organized activity is going to be in the morning, and then will be partly cloudy to mostly clear, but some isolated little pop-up storms are going to be possible as we head into the afternoon hours, and a couple of those could be strong with some gusty winds as well. But our best chances for more organized thunderstorm activity comes as we head into to Wednesday. I'm skipping ahead out here. Wednesday, there's a couple of different possibilities. One is this complex will roll through. Now, the latest updates to the future track have it developing more right across extreme southeast Kansas into southwestern Missouri and lifting off to the northeast rather quickly and leaving a few thunderstorms off in our northern counties and up toward the Kansas City area. If our atmosphere recovers enough throughout the day on Wednesday, then we're looking at the possibility of redevelopment Wednesday evening into the overnight hours, and that's when a better chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms is. Now, Wednesday, from our friends at the Storm Prediction Center, you've heard me talk about them. They forecast the severe weather, and then in the winter they do their winter thing. But they've had Wednesday highlighted for our region for the last few days. So computer models suggest that severe weather is looking very probable on Wednesday, but it all depends on how much the atmosphere recovers as we start off with those morning storms Wednesday. If it fails to recover, then this elevated risk could very quickly just simply go away, and we'll just get scattered thunderstorms with no severe weather, which I think we prefer. But if the atmosphere recovers, then that severe threat is there. Now, it's low again for tomorrow, simply because we're just looking at maybe some gusty winds across the area. But Wednesday, again, the day we're looking to watch as we have that elevated risk. And in terms of our rain chances tomorrow, that's what I mean by they're very isolated. These are really low chances, but at least there's some kind of chance there. But again, Wednesday looking to be a better opportunity for some more organized, more meaningful rainfall across the area. In Joplin, 7th and range line, we're mostly cloudy, but well below normal. 67 degrees out there, so a nice start. And we'll begin to see these clouds clear as that activity off to the southwest moves on out of here. Across the area, it is almost like fall out there for some of us. Look at Iola, 63, 65 Yates Center, 66 in Parsons, Nevada, 65 in Pittsburgh, 66 Neosho, a little warmer down to the south, 72 Newada, 71 in Veneta. As we get our morning started, again, got the isolated showers and thunderstorms, mainly in northeastern Oklahoma and parts of northwest Arkansas. They will be out of here by 8. We'll see our skies clear quickly, go into the mid-70s by late morning. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly clear skies throughout the afternoon, and again, well below normal. Our averages are right around the low 90s, and this is much better than where we have been the last couple of weeks as we go low to mid 80s across the area. And then we head into the evening, a great evening, 70s, clear skies, increasing clouds overnight ahead of the morning storms tomorrow, back in the mid to upper 60s. We got our storm chances tomorrow, and then by tomorrow, though, our temperatures do return to seasonable levels. Not triple digits, but seasonable levels back in the low to mid 90s. Thunderstorm chances Wednesday, a break on Thursday, and then we see additional shower and thunderstorm chances as we head toward the end of this week and into the weekend. So we are starting to get back into some more much-needed rain chances and temperatures considerably better than where they have been. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We have the ever wonderful Lori Horton with us in studio today, and we are making s'mores cookies.
S'mores cookies this morning. It's summer. It's weather's broke a little bit. We've got the fairs out of the way, so it's time for, backyard
Absolute barbecues.
bonfires and s'mores. So.
All right, so how do we start it off?
This one is a pretty standard cookie, whereas we always want to start with creaming those soft ingredients and then adding the dry ingredients. So I've got here, my butter is already in my container, and this is softened. Big difference between softened and melted. Softened is just counter temperature, leave it out for a while you're getting ready so that just slides right out of the package very easy, but it's not melted. Don't put it in the microwave. I've got the brown sugar and the white sugar as well, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw in a couple eggs and my vanilla. This is going to cream together really nicely and just be really fluffy and soft. And then we're going to add to that all of our dry ingredients later. Pretty standard.
Now, a lot of people at home may be thinking, well, s'mores, of course, I know that. It's the graham cracker, the marshmallow, the chocolate.
Exactly.
That's a cookie all its own. So you're kind of putting your own little spin on this, right?
We are. So no campfire necessary. We're going to do all of this in the oven, and thankfully the weather is a little cooler out, so we don't feel bad about doing that. But we've got all the elements in there. So we're adding graham cracker crumbs instead of putting this on a hard graham cracker. We're adding chocolate chips instead of those Hershey bars, and we're going to add some marshmallows. And there's some options there. I had some Lucky Charms marshmallows in my cabinet that I've just been dying to use.
I mean,
these are really fun, brightly colored, so the kids are going to love those. But of course, you can just use regular mini marshmallows, or you can even use your little hot cocoa marshmallows. I think the freeze-dried ones work a little bit better because they don't melt as much in the oven and make quite the mess on your cookie sheet. So once we have all these ingredients creamed together, then we're going to add all those dry ingredients, and we've got our flour, baking soda, baking powder, cornstarch, salt already all together, and our graham cracker crumbs.
All right.
So I am going to slowly start to mix these in here with my wet ingredients, and I'm going to do this just with a spatula. You can do this on a big stand mixer if you have one, because you're going to need a little bit more power behind you than just a standard hand mixer.
All right.
So we'll do this kind of in little bits at a time, not all at once, because I don't like to clean up messes, and it takes a little bit of
good for you.
Little elbow grease to get that in there.
Make sure the parents are supervising so we don't have too much flour all over.
That's right. Again, if you have the big stand mixer, this will go a little bit faster, but you still want to kind of add that in increments just so that it doesn't explode all over that kitchen counter.
Of course.
And then once we get all of this mixed in slowly, those flour, those dry ingredients, the graham cracker crumbs, then last thing we're going to do is add the chocolate chips and the marshmallows.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's pretty standard then.
Again, pretty standard, not substantially different from a chocolate chip cookie, except that this one, as I mentioned, has baking soda and baking powder and cornstarch, which is a little bit unusual.
What does that do?
So what it does is it gives us a really nice, thick, puffy cookie that still browns really nicely. So that is the fun and the science of baking that takes it away from cooking.
Yes.
We have that bicarbonate, those sodium levels in there. They bind our ingredients differently and they make them do different things. So there is always a reason where you use baking powder versus baking soda, all of those things. So.
All right. Well, stay tuned as we finish making these s'mores cookies. We'll be right back after the break. Topping Health Watch this morning, as kids head back to school this year, a growing number will be returning to a 4-day school week. Bradley Blackburn explains why some larger school districts are taking this step and what it means for teachers, students, and families.
When the school bell rings in Independence, Missouri this year, 14,000 students are trying something new, a 4-day week with Mondays off.
We're adding 35 minutes onto the day, so the instructional minutes will be almost exactly the same.
Superintendent Dale Hurl and his staff have spent months planning for this calendar change. His district is the largest in the state to move to a 4-day schedule. They'll offer 5th-day childcare to families for $30 a day.
If they weren't using any care, well, certainly that could be a potential cost that they otherwise would not have.
Nearly 900 school districts across 26 states now use a 4-day schedule. That's up from 650 districts in 2020. While smaller rural districts have long favored the schedule, larger districts are now shortening their school week to recruit and retain teachers.
The number of teacher applications that we've received have gone up more than fourfold.
Right now, there's not good evidence on the academic impacts of the 4-day school week.
Aaron Pallas with Teachers College Columbia University is watching the trend and argues there are better ways to tackle a teacher shortage.
The best way is to pay them better. And Missouri as a state ranks basically last or next to last in the country in terms of teacher salaries.
In Independence, some parents have had concerns.
It's a little bit of a shock.
But Hurl says it's a step they needed to take.
I think this really needs to lead to a bigger discussion nationwide about, what are we going to do to support the teaching profession?
A conversation more districts are facing as students head back to school. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
A study in the Journal of the American Cancer Society finds no link between depression or anxiety and cancer. Researchers in Europe looked at more than 300,000 adults and found no association between the mental health disorders and most kinds of cancers during a follow-up of up to 26 years. And people with type 2 diabetes are at an increased risk for hospital stays for a wide range of medical conditions. New research shows that risk increases with age. Scientists in Hong Kong also say for people diagnosed at a young age, mental health disorders are the biggest factor contributing. And a school-based program programming drinking water is showing promise against weight gain. Results from the Water First program conducted in the San Francisco area shows a 3.2% drop in the prevalence of overweight students after one school year. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've got a beautiful start across the 4 states today. Look at the sunrise in Joplin. We've got a few showers in northeastern Oklahoma, and we are otherwise going to be dry today, but worry not. We do have more much needed rain chances on the way. We'll take another full look at that forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Right now at 6:30, we'll take you on the Ottawa County Dog Show and meet one of the competitors.
And with a few showers in northeast Oklahoma, we've got an absolutely beautiful sunrise here in Joplin. A great Monday ahead of us. Rain chances increasing. We'll take a look at all that coming up.
Also, comic book fans in the 4 states gather at the Spiva Center for the Arts to share their love of fandom culture.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:26 a.m. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy.
I'm Chris Warner. So we have a beautiful sunrise out there from our camera at 7th and Range Line because we got some clouds coming off of shower activity in northeastern Oklahoma, and we can see that there on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Now that rain you're seeing across parts of southwest Missouri, that's not actually there by the Springfield radar site. That's just some ground clutter. But we do have showers, and we've had some strong to severe thunderstorms across parts of Oklahoma. No severe weather in our area, and this activity will continue to push on to the south and to the east and move out of here in the next hour or so. Unfortunately, that means today is dry, but because it was so hot last week, if you put things off, which we encouraged you to do, today's the day to get it done. We're looking at beautiful weather today, mostly clear skies, temperatures considerably more seasonal, in fact, below normal across the areas. We go low to mid 80s, maybe even some upper 80s out there. Then as we head into the evening, we'll see a few more scattered thunderstorms out there, and then we'll see that actually more so tomorrow morning. And some of those storms tomorrow could be strong, possibly low-grade severe. These storms are going to be very isolated. They're not going to be long-lived, but there will be that possibility out there with some gusty winds. The rest of our Tuesday looks really decent. Partly cloudy skies, maybe a stray shower or two into the afternoon, but otherwise dry and a really decent day. Then we go into our Wednesday morning. We see one batch of showers and thunderstorms as we get the morning started. And then if it clears out of here fast enough and our atmosphere recovers, we do have the possibility of some severe weather as we head into the Wednesday late night and overnight hours. We could see a few strong storms with some of that activity Wednesday morning, but I think the biggest threat, if the atmosphere recovers is going to come Wednesday night. And as such, we do have an elevated risk for severe weather across a good portion of the area as we go into Wednesday. Now, Wednesday's been highlighted for severe weather for us for the past several days, but all of it boils down to what happens with the morning storms and if the atmosphere recovers or not. If it doesn't, we'll still see thunderstorms Wednesday night, but the severe threat will be considerably lower. But if it does recover, then we do have the possibility of severe weather with damaging winds as the primary risk for us. In terms of tomorrow's precipitation, as I mentioned, these are very limited chances. Most of us, unfortunately, will remain dry, but we could see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms out there as we get our our Tuesday started. All right, in Joplin right now, beautiful sunrise thanks to those clouds from the showers in northeast Oklahoma. Mostly cloudy, 67. Great start for us as we get the morning underway. And around the area, as I mentioned earlier, it's almost like looking at fall temperatures out there. It's beautiful. 64 Iola, 67 Neodesha, Chanute, 66 in Parsons, 65 Pittsburgh, 67 Miami, and 66 is Fort Scott, Nevada, Lamar, Carthage, and Neosho. As we get our morning started, we've got the isolated thunderstorm chance up there through about 8 o'clock. And again, that's really northeast Oklahoma and into northwest Arkansas. The rest of us will be mostly cloudy to partly cloudy. We'll see skies clearing across the area as we go through the morning, mid-70s by 11. And as we head into the afternoon, an absolutely beautiful day ahead of us. Again, below normal temperatures. Great opportunity to catch up on any of that yard work or anything else outdoors that you had to put off because of the dangerous heat last week. We'll have mostly clear skies across the region, maybe a stray cloud here or there. And that'll be the same case as we go into the evening. A beautiful evening. Look at this, 77 at 8, not 97, but 77, 72 by 10, and overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s across the area. But again, overnight, we'll start to see those increasing clouds ahead of the thunderstorms that we could see Tuesday morning. However, starting Tuesday, our temperatures do return to a much more seasonable level, but that's the great news is at least they're seasonable. Yeah, I know the 90s are hot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not crazy. But it's not 105-degree hot either. This is seasonable. We should be in the low to mid-90s. We'll have the thunderstorm chances again on Wednesday. Not a bad Thursday. And then we have additional thunderstorm chances as we start to wrap up this week. And temperatures kind of come back down a bit. And then take a look as we head into the start of next week. Low 90s. So yeah, it's a bit warm, but seasonable. And then more thunderstorm chances. So some much-needed rain on the way to the 4 states. And believe it or not, for the month of August, we are actually slightly above normal. And hopefully that trend continues in terms of our rain. That's Check Your Forecast. We're going to send it over to Caitlin for a Check Your Top Stories.
Thanks, Chris. Well, kids in Miami got the chance to show off their skills as trainers as they competed in the Ottawa County Fair Dog Show. Competitors for the ages of 7 to 18 showed off their skills and the training of their pups in events like Showcase, Obedience, and Agility. 18-year-old Alexis and her poodle Mocha are breaking in their first year competing with each other.
It takes a lot of patience. It teaches you how to deal with different situations. Like if your dog is scared of a teeter-totter, then it's different than if they just don't listen.
Alexis has been competing for 7 years and hopes to continue working with animals as a career. The Joplin Pop Culture Convention, or JomoCon, took place Saturday at the Spiva Center for the Arts. The convention is a great way for local fans of gaming, anime, comics, and more to come together. The event also welcomed local artists to show their talents and be a part of the fun.
I don't want to become gigantic. I mean, one of the reasons we did this is because not everyone can drive to Kansas City and pay $100 to go to the big ones, right? So we want to let it grow and become sustainable and stay unique with bringing in the local culture as well as the anime and gaming and all that stuff. Yeah, we just want to keep perfecting it and bringing stuff that will give people in this area a reason to come together and hang out.
The event also raised money through ticket sales for the Children's Center of Southwest Missouri. Competitors from around the 4 states and even some further away gathered at the Frisco Trail in Joplin to compete in the Eliminator Run. Competitors run 3 miles every 45 minutes until they are unable to continue. While many do it either to stay in shape or to help train themselves, some have a deeper reason.
I was active duty in the Army for 10.5 years, and I lost a lot of brothers and sisters. And we lost close friends, and I run because they can no longer run. And I run for those who came home not in one piece and not whole. And so I run for them.
Heather was able to have her daughter, who is current active duty military, be there to support her during the race. We thank them both for their service. The Miser Shiners in Pittsburgh put together an event to help support their organization. With a $20 donation, people were able to come in and participate in multiple mini games for a chance to win one of the over 100 prizes offered.
Ask any Mason or any Shriner. You got to become a Mason before you can be a Shriner. So any Shriner would be glad to help you get involved, get you started. All you got to do is ask one.
The organization is involved in many medical centers in the area and seeks to provide help to those in need. The Miners Hall Museum brought in a guest speaker yesterday to talk about researching your home. The presentation talked about discovering the history of your home, your business, or even your farmland.
What I am doing is helping people learn how to do that actual research, which can be intimidating if you've never done it before. So we'll be talking about all of the resources that are available, a lot of which are available online. You don't even have to leave your house or get out of your pajamas. And then also about how to take that information and make it into a narrative.
If you'd like more information on how to research for your home, you can visit the Miners Hall Museum during their open business hours. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up on this half hour of the KOAM Morning News. Ex-owner Elon Musk teases a cage fight against Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. That will be streamed on X.
And we've got a beautiful start to the day. We have a wonderful Monday ahead of us before we start to see some more much-needed rain chances. We'll have another look at that forecast when we come back. But first, we're going to take another live look from Big Spring Park in Neosho.
In Consumer Watch this morning, it was a historic weekend for the film industry, with this summer's two blockbuster films rewriting Hollywood history books. But the movies about a legendary doll and a biography about a Manhattan Project physicist got a little boost from the oppressive heat blanketing much of the country over the past few weeks. John Larink reports.
Mattel Inc. may want to create a new action figure called Billionaire Barbie.
It is the best day ever, and so is yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever.
3 weeks after its debut, Barbie has brought in more than $1 billion worldwide, according to Warner Brothers, which is owned by CNN's parent company, Warner Brothers Discovery.
It's got a nostalgia play. Everyone remembers playing with Barbies. It's got smart marketing, and it's got good content.
The other film that's been likewise earning a pretty penny over the past few weeks? Oppenheimer.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world? Chances are near zero.
On the same day Barbie passed the 10-digit mark in sales, Oppenheimer collected more than $500 million and became the biggest grossing film that takes place during World War II, according to official estimates from Universal Pictures. While plots and actors undoubtedly helped get people to see these films, the major heat wave is also helping. Box office sales so far this year are already $1 billion above 2022 sales through the same time frame, according to Sean Robbins, the chief analyst with Box Office Pro, who also said, quote, "As we get into July and August, the dog days of summer, the heat can be a determining factor at the box office." I'm John Lawrence reporting.
AMC, the largest theater chain in the world, reported on Sunday that the week between July 21st and the 27th was its largest single week admissions revenue. And the Barbie movie has hit more than $1 billion in global sales, sealing a place in history. It's now the first film solely directed by a woman, Greta Gerwig, to surpass that milestone. Barbie also has ruled this past weekend's box office, raking in $53 million domestically. Speaking of $1 billion, there was no big winner for Friday's Mega Millions drawing. Now that jackpot has been reached an estimated $1.5 billion with a cash option of $757 million. That can make it the third largest prize in the U.S. lottery history. The next drawing is on Tuesday. An ex-owner, Elon Musk, says a teased cage fight against Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg will stream on X, which was formerly known as Twitter. Musk added that all proceeds would go to charities for veterans. Zuckerberg competed in his first jiu-jitsu tournament earlier this year, and the Facebook founder responded on his Threads social media network, quipping that maybe he should use a, quote, more reliable platform. So far, no date has been set for this possible cage match. And that's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with a look at your weather.
Yeah, we've got ourselves, for the most part, a beautiful start across the 4 states today. We do have a few showers out there in northeast Oklahoma. Those will continue for just a little bit longer before they clear out. We will take a complete look at your forecast here in just a few more minutes. It's also almost time to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. They're coming up after the break. But before we get to anything like that, why don't we head up to New York and see what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Nate Burleson. Coming up on CBS Mornings, Oscar-winning musician Jon Batiste will be with us to talk about his latest studio album, World Music Radio, a follow-up to his Grammy-winning smash, We Are. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
All right, time for some Monday birthdays across the area, and we begin with a belated birthday wish going out to Caden Westhoff in St. Paul, who turned 9 last Friday. So you get to celebrate even longer. Caden, happy birthday.
And happy birthday to Courtney Emhoff, who's turning 48 today.
And we've got Steve Saporito in Weir celebrating birthday number 56. Happy birthday, Steve.
And over in Galena, Kansas, happy 70th birthday to Dean Jesse.
And back over in Joplin, we've got Bonnie Wells celebrating birthday number 82. Happy birthday, Bonnie.
And a big happy birthday to Michelle Hamilton. Have a great one, Michelle.
And we've also got Peggy Ogle celebrating another year wiser over in Fredonia. Happy birthday, Peggy.
And happy 13th anniversary to Kurt and Hannah Zam. They're over there in Baxter Springs, Kansas.
And in Webb City, we've got Jim and Becky Bannock celebrating Brannock, my apologies, celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary. A very happy anniversary to the Brannocks.
And over on August 4th, John and Debbie Cassell celebrated their 50th anniversary in Columbus, Kansas. Congratulations on the Big 5-0, you two.
All right, and we also have Olivia Harkins celebrating a birthday today in Pittsburgh. Happy birthday, Olivia. Well, this list was slightly better than last week's list, but it needs to get better. Caitlin, where do folks need to send their birthdays and anniversaries?
You got to send them over to us at birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Show us your pictures, write a message to loved ones. We want to celebrate you.
We certainly do. And also to help celebrate you, we've got the KOAM Birthday Club. You can go over to KOAMnewsnow.com and sign up for that KOAM Birthday Club today. And you know why you want to do that? Well, it's because you get great deals from local businesses and you get a special birthday message from your friends here at KOAM. So once again, head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, and sign up for that Birthday Club today. All right, let's take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, and there you can see that we've still got a few showers. Now, a lot of that activity now that you see around like the radar sites, say around Springfield and Wichita, that's not actually happening. But the rain that is happening is down there in northeastern Oklahoma, all part of this complex of showers and thunderstorms, some of which have been strong to severe, that's been rolling through the area off to the southeast. Now, most of this has stayed out of our area, unfortunately, but we've had a few showers in southeast Kansas and even a couple thunderstorms into parts of northeast Oklahoma. All of this will continue to clear out over the next, say, hour and a half, and then it's going to leave us with a beautiful Monday. The reason we need this beautiful Monday is because the last couple of weeks we told everybody to stay inside because it was too hot. It was dangerously hot out there. So today is your opportunity to catch up on any of that outdoor stuff that you need to get done because we're looking at sunny skies and below normal temperatures as we head through our month. My goodness, it's already Friday up here, isn't it? It's been Friday for a while. But we've got a great Monday for us. Now we go into Tuesday morning. We've got showers and thunderstorms, and some of these could be strong, low-grade severe with some gusty winds. As you can see, they're relatively isolated and confined to parts of southeast Kansas and spreading in northeast Oklahoma. After that, we'll clear out and our temperatures start to get a little more seasonable. We could still see an isolated shower or storm through our Tuesday, and one of those could be possibly strong with some gusty winds, but the better chances are going to be Tuesday morning. Then we'll go into the overnight hours and into Wednesday morning. And we'll see a batch of showers and thunderstorms develop almost right on top of us and push on off to the north and to the east. Now, after this activity moves through, it could be strong, possibly low-grade severe with some gusty winds. once it moves through, if it moves through fast enough and the atmosphere recovers enough, we have a potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. So it's something we're going to have to keep a close eye on. If the atmosphere does not recover enough, then we'll still see thunderstorms, but the severe threat goes down. But at least for right now, and has been the case for the last few days, the expectation is we do have an elevated risk for severe weather on Wednesday, with strong damaging wind gusts being the primary threat. And then for tomorrow, we have that low wind risk for some strong storms. Again, it's mainly in the morning, but maybe an isolated storm or two later in the afternoon. But Wednesday is what we're watching. It's been highlighted for severe weather for our area for the past few days now, so we'll keep a close eye on it. But a lot of it is contingent on what happens after the morning thunderstorms. As for our Tuesday rain chances, you can see they're there throughout the day, because there could be an isolated storm or two later in the afternoon, but they are relatively low. Unfortunately, most of us will remain dry. But again, our rain chances really pick up as we head into Wednesday. Mostly cloudy skies beginning to clear out in Joplin. 67 right now, feels like 67. It's great to be able to say that and not say here at 6:48 in the morning that it is 85 and feels like 90. So it's a nice start to the day. 63 Iola. It's been one of the cool spots all morning long. Yates Center at 65, 66 in Parsons, 65 Pittsburgh, 67 Chatopa, Miami, and some 66s right along the I-49 corridor from Nevada, Lamar, Carthage, and Neosho. We get our morning started again. Northeast Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, a few scattered showers, a couple of lingering thunderstorms through about 8 o'clock. We'll start to see our skies clear, and we will go into the mid-70s as we head into the late morning hours. And then our highs today, low to mid-80s out there, maybe some upper 80s out there, but one way or another, it's all below average, so not a bad day with those mostly clear skies. We head into the evening, we hold on to clear skies, pleasant conditions, back into the 70s for our overnight, for the evening rather. Our overnight lows, though, look at that, back in the mid to upper 60s across the area. So a beautiful, beautiful evening for this. And then as we look ahead, we've got our thunderstorm chances Tuesday and Wednesday, and as you see, our temperatures, they get hot again, but they're seasonable. They're nowhere near what they have been, and we'll go into low to mid-90s. We'll hang on to that, and then we'll see additional thunderstorm chances as we begin to close out this week. So much needed rain on the way. As I mentioned earlier, for August, we're actually slightly above average, and we're hoping that that trend certainly continues because we need that rain. Well, coming up on the KOAM Morning News, switches over to Fox 14. Julie Crow and Cindy Evans, they're going to stop by the studio to tell us all about Carl Junction's second Tuesday in the Park.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Branson police have started a death investigation. Detectives found 2 people dead inside an apartment. The property manager says she was called by a relative of one of them where they needed to do a welfare check. When she opened the door, she says she saw 2 people dead and called police. Authorities say that at this time, there's no foul play suspected, but that could change after the autopsy, which is scheduled for Monday. This is still an open investigation. And Joplin police are searching for a man seen vandalizing a store. It happened around 2:30 yesterday morning. Surveillance photos show the man seen here throwing a brick through the window of Mint Cove Clothing on Main Street. The owner of Mint Cove says the Creative Learning Alliance was also vandalized. If you can identify this man, you are asked to contact Joplin Police. And the Joplin Pop Culture Convention, or JOMOCon, took place Saturday at the Spiva Center for the Arts. The convention is a great way for local fans of gaming, anime, comics, and more to come together. The event also welcomed local artists to show their talents and be a part of the fun. The event raised money through ticket sales for the Children's Center of Southwest Missouri. Kids in Miami got the chance to show off their skills as trainers as they competed in the Ottawa County Fair Dog Show. Competitors from ages 7 to 18 showed off their skills and the training of their pups in events like Showcase, Obedience, and Agility. 18-year-old Alexis and her poodle Mocha are breaking in their first year competing with each other. She's been competing now for 7 years and hopes to continue working with animals as a career. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, I did not have this in the right spot, so we're going to go straight to the 7-day. We are looking at a great Monday after these morning showers in Oklahoma clear out. We're looking low to mid 80s across the area. Temperatures become seasonable as we head through the rest of the week, low to mid 90s. Could see a couple of strong storms tomorrow morning across the area, but some gusty winds. We are watching a severe threat Wednesday evening into the overnight hours that we're going to keep an eye on for you. We'll pause the rain Thursday, and then we'll see additional shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into the weekend. And as I've been mentioning, one thing I've loved seeing on our almanac is for the month of August, I mean, we're only a few days in, we're already slightly, we're just breaking this place left and right. Well, we're slightly above average on the rainfall, and hopefully that trend continues. Your phone is doomed.
It's just doomed. Everything possible is dropping. It's just one of those mornings, but.
It smells fresh in here, though. You should smell the coffee. It smells great.
Everywhere.
It is everywhere, but it smells great.
But we are alert and ready to continue bringing you news.
I'm not sure anymore.
We are. Coming up today at noon, we're making garden quinoa toss in Mr. Food's Test Kitchen.
If we make it to the noon, and your morning news continues on KOAM with those professionals in New York at CBS Mornings. Rising ocean temperatures are putting coral reefs around Florida in danger. Ahead on CBS Mornings, go on board with a group of scientists racing to save them from dying out.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your local morning news continues. This morning, we learn more about Carl Junction's second Tuesday in the park.
Plus, Lori Horton is going to come back into the studio to finish up those s'mores cookies. You absolutely do not want to miss that. And yeah, it's just been one of those mornings. I was just looking, we have a little clock that tells us when it's time to say bye, see you later. We still have plenty of time. I don't know what's been going on this Monday, but I mean, we're ready to check out, and it's just
we're going to get there. It's a Monday. That's good. You know, a little bit slower in the newsroom, but I'm sure we'll whip something up good
Monday,
for you here.
Man. It's been a Monday, and hopefully that means, though, all of our bad things have happened now, and the rest of the week is going to be great. Because
all smooth sailing.
After Monday, it's that downhill run to Tuesday.
Hey, look at that. Followed by Wednesday. Hey, even Thursday. Wrapping it up with Friday.
I'm done. I'm out. Thanks for joining us. We'll just run the 7-day later or whatever, you know, something like that.
Thank you, Chris.
That's going to wrap it up for now. Maybe we'll be back tomorrow at 5 a.m. I'm not sure.
We will definitely see you today at noon.